Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to find the hidden meaning behind all those official company documents. Tonight we are dissecting a Form 8K filing from Andretti Acquisition Corp. And let me tell you, this one has some interesting twists regarding underwriting fees. Before we dive in, if you love getting these clear, simple breakdowns of complex corporate filings, hit that subscribe button. Also join our Discord community linked in the description below for more discussions and insights. This filing is all about an amendment to an underwriting agreement. Think of an underwriter as the company that helps officially sell a company's stock to the public. Andretti Acquisition Corp. It sounds like a special purpose acquisition company or SPAC, which is a company set up to buy another existing company. They are amending a deal with BT LLC, who is acting as the representative for the underwriters. So what is this agreement about? It is about their units, which are like a package deal of one ordinary share and half of a redeemable warrant. These are the things that get sold to investors. And then there are the Class A ordinary shares themselves. These are the actual pieces of ownership in the company. And finally, the redeemable warrants. These are like options, giving the holder the right to buy a share of ordinary stock at a set price, in this case $11.5. This amendment is happening on the 17th of December 2025, and it is linked to a crucial event, the company's initial business combination with a company called Store Limited. This is basically when Andretti Acquisition Corp. buys or merges with Store Limited. The amendment only becomes effective once that deal, the target transaction, actually closes. Now here is where it gets interesting. The amendment changes how the underwriters get paid. Specifically, it talks about deferred underwriting commissions, which are fees that were agreed upon but not paid immediately. These commissions are being reduced to a total of $8.0 million. The way this $8.0 million is paid depends on how much cash the company has left after the merger, which they call closing cash. If the company has at least $70 million in cash after the merger, then BT, the underwriter representative, gets the full $8.0 million in cash. That's a pretty straightforward payout, but look at this. If the cash is less than $70 million, the deal changes. Only $2.0 million gets paid in cash, and the remaining $6.0 million will be paid in the form of shares of the combined company, which they call pubco. This means the underwriters are taking on some of the risk. If the company's stock price is low, they essentially get fewer shares for that $6.0 million. The shares are valued at the lower of $10 or the price from any ongoing financing related to the merger. This is a common way to handle payouts when cash is tight, but it means the underwriter's compensation is now tied to the future performance of the stock. On top of that, BT gets registration rights for these shares. This is important because it means they can demand that the company register these shares with the SEC so they can be freely sold on the market. The amendment also gives BT a first shot, a right of first refusal, to be a placement agent for any additional financing needed for the merger. If they act as a placement agent, they'll get paid 50% in cash and 50% in pubco shares. This shows the underwriters are looking to secure future business relationships, and there is more. BT also has a right of first refusal to be the lead underwriter if the Andretti family or their sponsors decide to create another SPAC within a year after this merger closes. This really shows the deep relationship being built here and BT's desire to maintain that partnership. This whole amendment to the underwriting agreement is Exhibit 1.1. It's the document that lays out all these details. And finally, the report is signed by William M. Brown, the Chief Executive Officer of Andretti Acquisition Corp. Now, looking at this filing, what does it really tell us? Here is my take on Andretti Acquisition Corp. Its latest filing, the core of this report is the amendment to the underwriting agreement, and it highlights a significant change in how BT, the underwriter, gets paid. Originally, there was a larger upfront or deferred commission structure. Now, with this amendment, they are adjusting those commissions based on the success of the merger with Store Limited. The move to pay a larger portion of the deferred underwriting commissions in shares if the cash situation is less ideal is a critical point. This isn't necessarily a bad thing for Andretti. It means they are preserving their cash, which is vital for a company, especially one undergoing a merger. However, it does mean that BT, the underwriter, will have a larger stake in the future of the combined company. If the company performs well and the stock price rises, BT could potentially profit more from those shares. Conversely, if the stock struggles, their compensation will be less than if it were paid purely in cash. A key risk here is the dependence on the cash generated from the merger closing. If the closing cash is below $70 million, the payout structure shifts and BT takes on more of the market risk. This could be a sign that the parties involved are being realistic about the potential cash inflows, or that they are prioritizing cash preservation for the post. Merger operations of Store Limited on the opportunity side. BTIG's right of first refusal for future SPACs and placement services indicates a strong ongoing relationship and a belief in the future of the Andretti ventures. This could be beneficial as it secures experienced partners for future growth overall. Andretti Acquisition Corp. 3 appears to be strategically managing its financial obligations by amending this underwriting agreement. They are prioritizing cash management while ensuring their underwriters are still incentivized and aligned with the company's success through share compensation. The success of this merger with Store Limited and the subsequent performance of Pubco's stock will be the ultimate determinants of how this revised commission structure plays out for both parties. Alright, that is our breakdown of this Form 8K filing. What do you think about this payment structure where underwriters get paid in stock? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this analysis helpful, please give it a like and subscribe for more deep dives into corporate filings. Don't forget to join our Discord community linked in the description for more great discussions. Thanks for watching. See you next time.